So as you can see here, I'm not gonna, play any video. I'm just gonna leave it on the still right here. Excuse me. I actually made a video, a short yesterday, talking about this. I actually made another video. I had to take it down because it was uploading weird and something was going on. So I had to delete it. Like made two of them, and when I deleted it, it deleted both of them. I'm like, what the heck? So I had to make this whole video over again to kind of go into depth about this whole situation. Now, as a minority, I will have to say that anything that has to do with injustice, wrongdoing, so on and so forth, is not acceptable. Not even close. I grew up uh, in California. I was there for the 90s riots with Rodney King, that situation. Um, there's plenty of video and proof out there to show you what happened on that. They beat the brakes off a homeboy and pretty much got away with it. And when that happened, people just lost their damn minds. So I'm using that as an example. Now, no kind of violence is acceptable, period. No kind of violence is acceptable, period. So, with that being said, seeing this kind of situation that's been going on for the past couple months now, you already knew what was going to happen. And there's a lot of wrongdoing. There's a lot of craziness in this country. I actually made a video concerning certain refugees and people from the Middle East who are coming over here to, for a safe haven. And they come over here, and obviously they're getting all kinds of crazy benefits, which, obviously didn't catch steam, but people talked about it uh, on YouTube and, all the other uh, pretty much media outlets, uh, letting people know what's going on, like, Instagram and TikTok and all this other stuff, YouTube, pointing it out. And of course, nothing. These people were getting $15,000 in total benefits a month. Okay. Cash and food stamps. That's crazy. No one, no one that's receiving benefits gets that kind of money. There are some that get maybe a little bit more, but not that kind of money. And it's almost unbelievable. But at the same time, it wouldn't surprise me because you see these people, they got new cars and they got houses and, whatever else. They just living it up and not even understanding why Americans are having such a hard time. Well, guess what? Because you've been sucking up all the money, and at the same time, not even having the courtesy of trying to figure out, oh, what the heck is going on. You just living your best life, and once again, as long as I'm living my best life, I don't care. Y'all must be having a problem. Once again, I'm just using this as an example. So when you look at the Watts riots, and then when you look at the Rodney King situation with the riots in the 90s, those were legitimate reasons to protest, which turned, obviously violent. And they did some terrible things. They drug this white dude out of his truck, beat the crap out of him, which, I mean, hell, he didn't do nothing to nobody. He was just driving through the neighborhood at the wrong time. Was that the right thing to do? Of course not. Not even close. But once again, people are, they got angry, they got mad, they started destroying stuff, and they were, oh, you guys are always destroying your neighborhoods, and you know, black people need to stop crying, and this is and that. And I'm thinking to myself, looking at this situation, and saying, okay, so what do you call this? You're breaking the law beforehand. Not that someone did something to you. You already broken the law. Oh, well, my child was born here and whatever. That don't matter. Were you born here? And even then, still, that's kind of a loophole because, I mean, honestly, no one should be uh, be able to be born in our country and not be legal. I mean, make that make sense. It doesn't. Now I understand, America is this and that. We want to help people. We want to do all these things and so on and so forth. I'm all about that. But here's the thing: people take advantage of the situation, and this is what's been happening with this whole immigration thing. As long as no one was saying anything, people were totally down with it. Now that they're actually, yeah, oh, they're going crazy. I had the screen blanked out there. But once again, this is the situation uh, that we're dealing with. Let me see what I can. Okay, see what's going on there. So this is a situation, obviously, that is being dealt with, and these dudes burning cars and clashing with ICE and do all this other stuff. They had a helicopter that landed, was dropping off materials. Um, it was just crazy. They blocking up traffic. A couple months ago, they was blocking up traffic, and you see waving the Mexican flag. I was like, bro, you in America? That's number one. And there's nothing wrong with having pride with your country. But in this situation, it's absolutely ridiculous. And even Mexicans will tell you the same thing, which they have. So they put all this stuff out and they showed it for what it was. So you waving this flag around and everything, that don't mean that you ain't making no friends, man. The comments that was on when I was watching it live was, oh man, they was getting raw with it. They was getting raw with it. I'm telling y'all right now, you ain't making no friends. Y'all out here, hooping and hollering, doing all this stuff. Let's make it quite clear. If I break the law, no matter how big or how small, just like if or not if I'm a sinner, just like you are. Under the law of God, I deserve death. You deserve death. Period. But because of the grace of our Lord and Savior Jesus Christ, he sacrificed for us. He loved us so much that he sacrificed himself for us. The people that even put him in that position in the first place, he still loved you. Now, that's a whole different story, but I had to put that in there. You break the law, you play stupid games, you win stupid prizes. Plain and simple. You can't be mad. They ain't doing nothing to you. Oh, well, they're breaking up families and oh, this and that. And no, they're not. You did that because you took the chance on being here illegally. Now you can say, oh, well, we're not talking about the past here. The past is what built this country in the first place. Respect is what it's all about. Respecting yourself and respecting others. And in this situation, like I said, they've been saying for years, black people have been crying, the whole Black Lives Matter thing, and they made fun of that junk, which, I mean, honestly, I don't totally agree with that because it wasn't even ran by somebody who was black. So with that being said, you got to understand is the real leaders, uh, the activists of the past, Malcolm X, Martin Luther King, um, there's so many more. I mean, heck, even John F. Kennedy, being the president, why do you think he got, expired? Because he was trying to do stuff the right way. And if you ain't doing what they want you to do, they gon' just take care of you. That's pretty much it. So, once again, looking at those riots in the '90s, it's understandable. It is understandable because of injustices, not because you broke the law. Not I'm gonna go rob a bank and then protest because I got in trouble after I got out of jail. Oh, they did me wrong. You broke the law, regardless of what's going on. Now, the other thing is based on human rights. No one should be treated any kind of way or done any kind of simple way. Blah blah blah, all that good stuff. But this right here, what y'all doing, the protesting thing, I understand you have a right to protest, but does that mean that it's correct? No, it's not. It's not. Go get your stuff done, do it the right way, and you won't have no problems. That's it. I love my Hispanic brothers and sisters. I got no problem with nobody. What I got a problem with is stupidity. And stupidity and ignorance lie in all races. Black, white, Mexican, Chinese, Japanese. We as people as a whole, you could take the race barrier and all that junk. You could take the LGBT, all that stuff. Everybody is in that same boat. Ignorance and stupidity. Common sense doesn't exist. Just like right here, this is not common sense. This is foolishness. And at the same time, you're not making no friends. You're not making, you know, anything better. You're not making an example out of the situation to show something, which many have in the past. And if you want to be correct with it, you're dumping on all those guys who fought for the rights of African Americans, who fought for the rights of human rights, whether you were black, brown, green, or whatever. It don't make a difference. The fact of the matter is everybody deserves a fair shot. Plain and simple. No one should be treated just any kind of way. And if y'all protesting this, y'all need to look at the history and see these. Y'all lucky they didn't have the dogs coming at y'all chasing y'all. Y'all lucky they didn't turn the fire hydrants on and spray y'all. You're lucky they didn't have the freaking batons coming out and beating the crap out of you, not giving a damn about what you think. And in this case, I wouldn't be surprised. And you'd be like, oh man, why would you say it? Bruh, this happened to people who did nothing but just wanted to be treated fairly, who wanted rights, who were being shoved away in certain uh, communities and everything else away from everybody else. It was either white community or black community, and if you moved into it, they try to get you out of there and do all kind of crazy junk. Do your history, man. When it comes to injustice, this ain't injustice. This is just y'all freaking acting a fool. As you can see from that, time when I unpaused it accidentally, he was hooping the house, and all this junk. Stop it. Stop it. This ain't making no sense. And like I said, even your own people, your own compadres, your own Hispanic people will tell you the same thing, which they already have. So it ain't no racist thing. It's no hate thing. It's common sense thing. That's what it is. I don't know. I'm going to leave it at that. I'm out.